All right. So, welcome everybody. Just to introduce the folks here in Spokane. We want to bring forward today another adventure into the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is a wonderful set of guideposts that direct us along a path that can bring us relief of or relief of our suffering and our discomfort. And so we're going to focus each and every month this year on those different paths. And today we're going to be talking about spaciousness. Ever since I was young, one of my weird quirks, one of many, was to ruminate about infinity. I would drive my mother absolutely insane because I would ask, how small can things get? And how large can things get? And so today I thought we would just play with infinity, play with spaciousness. And so just take a moment and get yourself into whatever meditative position works best for you, whether you're lying down, stretched out and relaxed, or sitting upright, whether you're out changing the oil or walking the dog. Just take a moment and get settled in. Breath is so important. I focus on it as much as I possibly can. And so we'll start out with a little breathing exercise. If you have a breathing exercise of your own, by all means. But I'm going to take 3 very slow, deep inhalations, filling both the chest and the abdomen. And I do a slow count of 8 as I hold, and a slow exhale of 8. And we'll do that 3 times, and then we'll get started. As you continue to breathe, be mindful of any stress that might reside between your ears. Relax your forehead, relax your cheeks and the jaw. Let any tension drain from your neck, down slowly over your shoulders, across the arms. And just let that tension drop from the palms of your hands into the earth, and just breathe. Bring to mind any tension that might be between the shoulder blades, any heaviness in the chest, the lower back, down over the hips, across the legs, past your knees, over your calves, and just let that tension fall below your feet, and just breathe. Spaciousness and all that it holds is an amazing, amazing thing. Oftentimes, there are things that we fear. I know in my own mind, I can get trapped in my own skull, forgetting how much space is around me, how much space is within me. And so we're just going to play and practice a little bit with that today as you continue to just breathe. Bring to mind, if it feels okay, something that made you feel guilty. It might be your habit energy. It may be something that you have done. It may have been something that you said. doesn't have to be a huge thing, whatever's comfortable for you, but bring it forward in your mind. Imagine what it could be, what it looks like. Let it take form into an object or maybe just a ball of darkness. And as something that brought guilt, let it gently and slowly shrink. See it, whatever it is, get a little smaller and a little smaller. And as things get smaller, a little lighter, just continue to watch it shrink. It's an amazing thing about smallness. No matter how small things get, they never really go away. And just let it continue to get smaller and smaller. And just breathe. And as this object gets so tiny and so small, you can't hardly imagine it in your mind. Take a moment and think, did I really shrink this down? Or did I create space around it? Did I create so much space that the guilt gets lost in the spaciousness? It still may be there. It may be so small that it's no longer a bother. But just breathe. Sometimes we experience shame in our life, something that someone has put on us, something that we may have placed upon ourselves. Take a moment and bring forward something that brought you a little shame. Doesn't have to be anything major. Something that just felt kind of icky. And let it take form. Maybe it's someone that you know or knew. Maybe it's something that you did or didn't do. But let it take form. See it in your mind. And begin to watch it shrink. Let it get smaller and smaller. With each breath as you exhale, let it just get small, get lighter. Just breathe. And as that little speck of shame still exists, imagine, did I shrink it? Or did I just create a massive amount of space around it? Sometimes these negative feelings don't always need to go away. Sometimes they're there as motivation, a reminder of what and why we choose positive attributes, positive thoughts, positive actions. But we can still create a massive amount of space around them. Has the object changed in actual size? Or did we just put a massive amount of space around it? Either is just fine. And just breathe. Now bring forward something that brings you joy. Maybe it's a puppy, a child's laughter, your favorite food, a warm sunny day. Maybe it's a cold rainy day that brings you joy. You can snuggle up into a blanket and just relax. Let that joy become an object or a person. Imagine it in your mind. And imagine that joyful thing beginning to grow. Let it expand, not just within you, but outside of you. Let that joy radiate outwards. Imagine that joy as it opens itself up beyond your town, beyond your county, beyond the state. Let it just grow. Watch it grow bigger and bigger. Let it stretch out beyond our planet. Let that joy envelop the entire solar system. Let it stretch into the Milky Way. Let that joy radiate throughout the universe. And just let it be as big as you can imagine. Because there is no stopping point. There is no end to letting joy grow and expand. It can continue on forever. And just breathe. And bring forward in your mind compassion, the love and compassion that you hold for a friend, a family member, maybe a pet, compassion for someone you don't even know. And whether you're imagining that person or even yourself, let that compassion begin to grow. Feel it start in your belly and let it expand outwards. Let that compassion for others escape your mind, escape the room. Let it just go outwards. Continue to expand. There is no end. Just let it grow and grow. Let it stretch out beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, into the Milky Way, and let it just grow. Let that compassion for yourself, for others, let it be as big as you can possibly make it. There is no limit, nothing holding you back. Just let it grow and grow, and just breathe. So, as we've done a couple exercises of maybe taking something that we perceive as negative and shrinking it down, or something that we perceive as being positive and letting it grow, just take a couple quiet minutes and pick anything you want and either shrink it or let it grow and just continue to breathe. Now that we've played with spaciousness and a little infinity, someone once said, and I can't recall who it was, but if I have infinity to my right and I have infinity to my left, where does that leave me? But right in the middle of the universe. So if you ever think you're not important, guess again. All right. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and do our dedication of merit. Today we played with space. We took those that we perceive as being negative and shrunk them down, maybe realizing that we're not necessarily shrinking them, but just putting a lot of space around them. And we took that which we perceive as being positive and just made them as big as we possibly could. As we go through our day and our week, may we recognize that everyone has their own space, and we in our own minds can create and make as much space as we need so that we can see. Have a great evening, a great day. Namaste.